All right, welcome everyone. Thanks for letting me join in and jump in the New Zealand Teach Meet. I am in California, the Northern California area, and some of my favorite tools that that Google actually has been working on are some of their geo tools. So I thought I would share with you very quickly one of my favorites, and I'm going to turn on my screen sharing. And let me know if there's a lag in seeing this. Can everybody see it? Looking good? So if I go out to it, you guys can see what I'm doing?
Yes, we can.
Yeah. Okay, fantastic. All right, so this resource comes to us from Google Geo, the Geo team. This was launched about a year ago, and it's called Google Maps Engine Lite. And the link to it is mapsengine.google.com. It's the way to get there. And I'm going to just quickly go in and click on Create a New Map. And what this tool does, not only can we go in and create simple custom maps, but it lets us import information from a spreadsheet. So if I'm collecting data on specific locations, I can just import that right into a spreadsheet and visualize it on my map and do some other things with it. So I'm going to go ahead and just dive into that feature because I think that's one of the most powerful things that we can do with this tool. So right over here, well, first thing, I would want to title my map. So Teach Meet New Zealand. So don't forget to title them. And then I'm going to click on a layer. And this one I'm going to say, how about our favorite places? Okay. Now I'm going to come right over here to this import feature. And when I click on it, it lets me upload a spreadsheet. So if I have a spreadsheet of information of data that I've collected, I can upload it, a CSV, an XLS file, even a Google Earth file, so a KML file. But I'm going to come down to actually my Google Drive because I can also import spreadsheets right from my Google Drive. I'm going to go over to my recent spreadsheets. And here's one with our favorite places. And if I click Select, I check the spreadsheet and I click Select, it's now gathering the information from the spreadsheet, and the first thing that comes up is, well, where do I want to position my place marks? So this first one, you will always choose whatever question you used for location. And location could be an address, it could be a country, it could be a city, it could be a town, it could also be the latitude and longitude. So you can set it up however you wish. So I'm going to pick what is your favorite city in the world. And I should back up and say I've already had folks give me some of this information. So I'm pulling data from the spreadsheet that's already been filled out with a number of favorite places from different people. Now I can also decide, well, how do I want to title my place marks? And I have several options. Maybe I want to organize all of those place marks by last name, the people that completed my form. So I can click here, what is your last name? Click Finish. And what we should see on our map is that the spreadsheet now has been imported right into our map, and now we can look at our data. Now I can do a couple things with this too. I could click on it and look at each individual person's favorite place and their responses, why it's their favorite place. But I can also come over here and I can do some styling. So maybe I want to come over, and right now we're in uniform style, so all the place marks look the same. But maybe I want to reorganize this. Maybe I want to see everybody in a list. So now I can see everyone's last name, and I hover over the place mark, right? And it changes which place mark I'm on based on their last name. But I could also come in here, and I could also style by gender. So I can reorganize this to sort it by male and female. Okay, I can also set some ranges if I wanted to, and I can set the different number of range sets. Now this one we only have male and female, so it only works with 2. All right. Now there's a couple other things too that's pretty neat about Maps Engine Lite, and I will switch us back to last name. And I'm going back categories, so now it'll change the place marks on my map. But one of the other neat things in here as well is that spreadsheet actually was also imported right into my map. So in here, I can, not only if I'm a student and maybe I had a couple places that did not import correctly, it'll give you a little error, say there are 3 locations that did not import. This is where you could come in and fix it. So maybe it was a typo, or maybe the address was slightly off. So you can come right in here and it'll actually fix it and relocate it on your map. One of the other things that you can do in here is also add additional columns. Now your columns are also the items that show up in your info cards on your map. So I can come right over here and I can insert a column after, and maybe this one will be a have I visited. And this is going to be a text type answer, but I could have a number answer, a date and time that I maybe visited, or a true false. I'm just going to do text, and I click add. And I should see, if you notice, it added the next column, and it also added the option or the column on my place mark. So if I come over here and I say, oh, have I visited Greenland Gap, where is this, West Virginia, I can say, no, I have not visited, and it will update on the place marks. How am I doing for time? Do you guys want me to keep going?
Steve, what do you think?
You guys just let me know. I can keep.
Yeah, probably about 1 minute.
1 minute. Okay. Okay. Perfect. So again, I can come in and keep editing that place mark. Now there are a whole bunch of other things I can do on my map to continue to visualize my information. These info cards are also editable, so I can click edit. But I can also come in here and have a little camera option. So I could actually come in here and import my own images, my own video, or even search for images and video from YouTube and from Google, which is pretty exciting. So I can come in here and very quickly, and whoops, I did not catch what location I'm on. Where are we? Paris, France. Okay, so I can come in here and I can click image search. So I can say Paris, France, and click search. And boom, right away I get a whole bunch of images, and I can select which one I want to use. And it adds it right into my place mark. And I can keep adding. So if I had several images, let's say from a trip that I have taken, and I want to upload and import my images, or if I want to keep adding different locations around Paris, I could click this little plus, and it'll let me keep adding images to my place mark, which is pretty exciting. One of the other really neat features, and I'll be really quick here, that was just added actually right as the New Zealand GAFE Summit ended. They actually released it the day after the summit, after I had a chance to do my map session. So, but one of the other features that they brought back is this measuring distances and areas tool. So I can come in here, actually there are 2 tools. Let me come in here and do this one. I can actually draw shapes. Let me just show you what this does. So I can come in and very roughly, and I can fix this and tweak it later, but come in and draw the shape of Greenland, and boom, when it does that, it calls it a shape, right, a polygon, so I can change the name to Greenland. I could come in and fill in all this other information if I wanted to. But if you'll notice, one of the new features in your shapes is it actually is showing you the mileage, right, the perimeter, and the area, which is pretty exciting. Now, one of the other cool things, too, is you can drag and compare. So if I want to compare Greenland to, say, let's see if I can come down here. Let me zoom out a little bit. And, oh, my time up. Greenland actually is only about, a third of the size of the United States. And the reason that is because of the curvature of the Earth. It actually takes that into account when you're actually moving your shapes around. So the other tool is you can measure distances as well. That was another feature that just got added not too long ago.